African Guyanese community has been disadvantaged by historical circumstances. What is therefore required is a policy of equity. Equity which seeks to redress the problems that have been imposed on the African Guyanese people.
Vincent Alexander during an exclusive interview on Monday. Noting the barbarity African ancestors endured in lobby for emancipation, Alexander, who is also the chairman of the International Decade for People of African Descent Assembly Guyana Epology, believes policymakers must give Afro-Guyanese a true feeling of emancipation.
More attention needs to be paid to their backlands for the purposes of drainage and irrigation. That is exactly where the oppression continued after slavery. Our liberation has a lot to do with going back to those villages and with the state taking responsibility for what previous states did and helping to develop those villages so that the African people, among all Guyanese, can really realize their emancipation.
The dereliction and poor maintenance of ancestral backlands have been a bugbear for years. However, according to Alexander, this issue requires government intervention. According to Alexander, emancipation doesn't only speak of slavery abolition, but should be viewed as a roadmap for Afro-Guyanese to be truly independent. During the transatlantic slave trade, which existed from the 16th to 19th centuries, many Africans were disjointed, sold, and brutalized during the Middle Passage to the Caribbean. Religious practices like idolatry and African drumming were banned. Alexander urged Afro-Guyanese during this emancipation period to be proud of their cultural heritage and never forget where they came from. The LFS Burnham Foundation was set up in commemorating the life and works of former President of Guyana, the late Linden Forbes Sampson Burnham, while the International Decade for People of African Descent Assembly Guyana is a non-governmental organization aimed at empowering people of African descent and promoting Black excellence. This is Antonio Day reporting for the HGP 90 News.